Mr. Pope. His moniker a sort of ironic joke like Mr. Punch. Not to suppose that he was one of those wife-beaters, liars and cheaters, but he did share the same impressive nose and the time-worn clothes. Old Mr. Pope, a gent of the road. Layers of clothing topped with a greatcoat, massive pockets to put things in, and whilst not attached to many things, he did love his Yamaha Synth. Ever since his fall from grace, his worldly chattels stripped away, he clung on to his Yamaha Reface. Someone somewhere had thrown it away, only one single note still played, but all the modulators worked just fine. And given the patience, love and the time, that one note synth, it could shimmer and shine, portamento, LFO, texture, cut off high and low, about all the effect you ever heard. And even the missing presets and the missing reverb didn't disturb. Mr. Pope had found a cave where he whiled away his nights and his days. And when he played, the subtle sounds would reflect and echo, reverberate around in cathedral splendour beneath the ground. And the presets, well, he was fleeing from those. No gentleman of the road can carry around that heavy load of history, memory, of loves long lost, tyrannical past, too severe that cost. But better to rise with each new day, the weight of yesterday stripped away, here and now, reborn again. Each nuance played, each filter phased, an act of creation, to be gifted away, never to be saved, replayed. Most days, at some point, more likely than not, in Richard Brinley's record shop, Mr. Pope would sit in his usual spot, enjoying the warmth, drinking something hot, listening to the music, the rock and the pop, uninvited but welcomed, so a regular stop, and he'd sit for a while before shuffling off. He was a bit smelly as a rule, but he offered the shop a kind of bohemian cool, like their own resident Dharma bomb, the Jack Kerouac of Nottingham. I'd like to say that he was still sharp, despite his flattened state, but no, that would have been a joke. There's only so much abuse with which a soul can cope. And he had known some laughter through the years, but he'd also known some tears. And he'd known some joys, but he'd also felt some fears. And he had been losing it over the last months and years. Some faculties were starting to disappear. He'd sit in his corner, quietly dreaming, quietly scheming, futures inventing, but beneath his layers, slowly fermenting, his wounded mind slowly dementing, the ravage of emptiness unrelenting. But some brief respite in Richard's shop, tea with sugar, nice and hot, enjoying the mirror gentle pops before his barren nights. In the final hours of his final day, he lay down one last time in his cave to be his final resting place, and he played the synth just one more time, and he found the chord he'd always hoped to find to free his spirit frozen back there in time, and to leave the fall from grace behind, and to phase and to fade from his mortal life as Mr. Pope lay down and died, his Yamaha Reface by his side.